Arachnophobia. This common phobia includes an irrational fear of spiders and other arachnids like scorpions. Arachnophobes might go to great lengths to ensure they are not in contact with spiders, which can sometimes mean a constant vigilance or avoidance of activities like gardening, attic cleaning, or visiting places where spiders may be more common. Astraphobia. This phobia entails a fear of thunder and lightning, which can lead to panic during thunderstorm events. People with astrophobia might feel compelled to monitor weather reports regularly and may experience extreme distress when a storm is approaching, often seeking shelter beyond what is typically necessary for safety. Entomophobia. Entomophobia encompasses the fear of insects or bugs. Sufferers often feel overwhelmed by the sight or even the thought of insects, which can interfere with outdoor activities and cause distress in environments where insects are common. Acrophobia. Acrophobia involves an intense fear and avoidance of heights. Individuals with this condition may experience severe anxiety when standing on a high floor of a building, climbing ladders, or even when on a hilltop. The physiological symptoms can be crippling, including vertigo, nausea, and a sense of paralysis. For some, even thinking about being in a high place can trigger these reactions. The phobia can limit personal freedom, preventing people from partaking in common activities such as hiking, flying, or exploring high places. Agoraphobia. More than just the fear of open spaces, agoraphobia often relates to anxiety about being in situations where escape might be difficult or help might not be available, especially in the event of a panic attack. This can include crowded areas, bridges, or public transport. Agoraphobia can become debilitating, with sufferers going to great lengths to avoid these triggers, in severe cases even becoming unable to leave their homes. Ophidiophobia. Ophidiophobia, or the fear of snakes, may stem from an evolutionary background or personal experiences. The fear can be so intense that even images or realistic representations of snakes in movies or television can trigger intense fear or panic, making zoos, pet stores, or the outdoors particularly stressful. Cynophobia. Cynophobia encompasses a fear of dogs that's strong enough to cause panic. This phobia can be triggered by past traumas, such as being bitten by a dog, or it can develop without any clear reason. For cynophobes, the sound of barking alone can cause fear, making walks in the park or visits to pet-owning friends very difficult. Ailurophobia. Ailurophobia involves a disproportionate fear of cats, which may lead to avoidance of them. A person with ailurophobia might dread encountering cats and may experience anxiety upon hearing cats meow or purr. This can complicate visits to households with cats and can affect personal relationships with cat owners. Nyctophobia. Nyctophobia is a condition characterized by a severe fear of the dark or nighttime. It is commonly observed in children, but can persist into adulthood. The lack of visual stimuli in the dark can lead to an overactive imagination and fear that something or someone might be lurking in the shadows. This can cause sleep disturbances and a need for a nightlight or illuminated device, severely impacting one's quality of life. Pyrophobia. Individuals with pyrophobia have an intense fear of fire. This can be triggered by past traumas such as house fires or even by witnessing the destructive power of fire. People with this phobia might avoid activities like camping or attending bonfires, and even the sound of a fire alarm can trigger a panic attack. Aviophobia. Also known as the fear of flying, aviophobia includes the fear of being on an airplane or other flying vehicle, and it may be associated with fear of heights, acrophobia, or fear of enclosed spaces, claustrophobia. The phobia can severely restrict travel and career options, as well as personal freedom. Hydrophobia. Hydrophobia is often a misnomer for rabies, but it also describes a specific phobia of water. Those with this phobia fear large bodies of water, fear drowning, or fear the vast emptiness of the sea. It can limit recreational activities and cause significant distress during activities involving water. Xenophobia. Xenophobia is characterized by a fear or deep-rooted dislike of strangers or foreigners. It can lead to avoidance of social situations, a lack of cultural diversity in one's life, and in extreme cases, it may contribute to discrimination or ethnocentric behavior. Coulrophobia. The fear of clowns can stem from childhood experiences or from the portrayal of evil clowns in media. People with Coulrophobia experience anxiety and avoidance behaviors related to clowns or clown imagery, which can make circus-themed events or parties uncomfortable. Autophobia. This phobia is characterized by the fear of isolation or being alone. Unlike being introverted or enjoying solitude, autophobia can lead to dread and panic at the thought of spending time alone, driving people to constantly seek company. Gephyrophobia. Gephyrophobia is the fear of crossing bridges. Individuals with this phobia might avoid routes that require them to cross a bridge, leading to significant detours or refusing to travel. The fear may stem from a sense of instability or lack of control when on a bridge. Claustrophobia. Claustrophobia is a distressing fear of having no escape and being closed in. It can occur in small rooms, elevators, tunnels, and crowded areas. People with claustrophobia often fear suffocation or restriction, and even the thought of confinement can lead to a panic attack. This phobia can make everyday activities challenging, such as using an elevator or flying. Lepidopterophobia. This is a fear specifically of butterflies and moths. While they are generally considered harmless, the erratic flying patterns and the appearance of these insects can trigger anxiety in some individuals. Ornithophobia. Ornithophobia is an irrational fear of birds. People with this fear may avoid going outside, particularly to parks or zoos, and may experience panic at the sight or sound of birds. Ichthyophobia. Ichthyophobia includes the fear of fish, which can cause individuals to avoid water bodies, seafood markets, and even aquariums. The fear may include small pet fish or larger species, and can lead to avoidance of swimming or fishing. Equinophobia. This phobia is the fear of horses. Individuals with equinophobia might avoid farms, ranches, or even parades where horses might be present. They may feel panicked when near these large animals. Musophobia. Musophobia includes the fear of rats and mice. It can result in an exaggerated response to these animals, such as screaming or climbing onto higher surfaces to avoid them. Herpetophobia. Herpetophobia is the fear of reptiles or amphibians. Individuals may exhibit fear towards animals like snakes, lizards, or frogs, and this can inhibit outdoor recreational activities and visits to certain types of exhibits in zoos or nature reserves. Selachophobia. Selachophobia is the fear of sharks. The thought of encountering a shark can keep people with this phobia from swimming in the ocean, watching documentaries about marine life, or even visiting aquariums. Phobophobia. Phobophobia is the anxiety of developing a phobia. It can result in a meta-anxiety state where the person is in constant fear of becoming afraid, which can be highly debilitating and may compound other anxieties. Social phobia. Also known as social anxiety disorder, social phobia is a fear of social situations involving interaction with other people. It can lead to avoidance of social gatherings, difficulty in forming relationships, and in severe cases can result in complete social isolation.